there folks, welcome back to Is That Right Gaming. My name is Rob. Today we're looking at what's in the box of Gascony's Legacy. Truth be told, I don't know much about this game. I was given this copy by our friendly local game store, Black Rowan Games, in Tracy, California. Looks like it has to do with the Musketeers. So just take a look here. Looks like it's Linvander Studios. Don't know much about them. 14 and up, 1 to 4 player game, 60 to 90 minutes. So let's head down to the table and see what Gascony's Legacy is all about in this episode of What's in the Box. Hey there folks, we're back at the table. We are taking a look at what's in the box, Gascony's Legacy by Linvander Studios. So this is the legend of the Three Musketeers and their allies. I don't know a lot about this game. I know there's a few different versions of these games called something Legacy, but I was given this by Black Rowan Games in Tracy, California. Really curious to see what this game is all about. So we'll take a look here. The 17th century is an age of enlightenment and renaissance. For some, it's an age of chivalry, but for others, it's an age of corruption. France is in danger of becoming despoiled by both greed and tyranny. Her only hope lies in the King's Musketeers. Gascony's Legacy is a cooperative tactical battle and adventure game for 1 to 4 players. Each player controls one of the legendary members of the Musketeer Corps and their allies on a swashbuckling adventure against the Cardinal's forces. Fight your way through a 4-story campaign based on the novel by Alexandre Dumas to foil the Cardinal's plans before he takes control of France and sends her into darkness forever. All for one and one for all. So, I liked, I don't know, it might be a Disney movie back in the day, but that's like the extent of my experience when it comes to the Three Musketeers. I never read the book by Alexandre Dumas. It is a classic, so I'm sure I will get around to reading it at some point, but curious to see what this game's all about. So here's our rule book. I do like the artwork, graded by a lot of words here. So here's our component list. We have the play area. So you've got story cards, map and terrain tiles, search tokens, special rules and trackers, all for one board and stones of chance, as opposed to 6-sided dice. Then we have equipment cards, loot cards, coins, and porter board. And then we have some enemy stuff, what the characters have, their character boards and standees, what a setup of the play area looks like. So map tiles will end up in the middle there. Here's some information on solo play. Here are the different stories. So here it says Act 1, The Man from Mung? I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Act 2 is The Road to London. Act 3 is The Duke of Buckingham. And Act 4 is Returning the Jewels. So here's gameplay. You have objectives here, key game concepts, how die rolls affect the game, story cards, event cards, battle setup, how battle rounds work, how the all-for-one dice work, character turns, moving diagonally, action using your talent, support ability, rescue, lots of different things you can do in this game, attacking, different patterns, attack rolls, how enemy turns work. Here's an example of a battle round. And there's an upkeep stage. ending a battle, and then it talks about the different terrain tiles. Got line of sight information too, balconies and railings. So it seems like this might be on the heavier end. Difficulty adjustments. You can adjust your difficulty in the game, but it looks like this rulebook's going to be a little bit to get through for most people. How the campaign mode works. Important terms like fleur de lis. Probably cannot read that though. It's kind of small writing for my setup. And then enemy turn information, terrain tiles. And so we have Porthos here. Interestingly, I have a dog named Porthos, but that's actually after the dog on Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise, for those that don't know. Queen Anne here. So these little punch boards punch out kind of nicely. That's nice. And then we've got more here. So we got D'Artagnan, Athos. That's interesting. It's like there's two Porthos cards here. I wonder what the difference is, if there is any. And then we have Aramis. And Doom tokens, it looks like. Here are your standees for each character, including Roquefort and Milady. Some punch outs there. Here's some more here. Constance, Milady de Winter, Queen Anne. Again, I wonder what the difference between these cards or player boards is. And La Malpone. And then their standees, including Cardinal Richelieu. Richelieu. Alright, so got some different board map tiles, top, bottom of the stairs. All for one and one for all. And then some different tokens, heart tokens, muskets, rapiers. So some different things going on there. Here we have some barrels. And woo! So the other side has a slightly different look, but the same basic concept. And I'm guessing you can roll these barrels. So there are those. Now we have our standard dice and one for all dice in this bag, as well as some character standees. Little basic character standees, both blue and red. And then our six-sided dice, just normal six-sided dice there. And then here we have the all-for-one dice, which have like a foot. Not sure what's going on with this one. Like a crown, crossed axes. But yeah, there's fighting dice there. Looks like we've got some metal coins or something here. Let's see if we can drop one of these out. So, looks like they're the same on both sides. Maybe that's a sword coin, which is interesting. Got this nice little baggie to keep all of them in. And then we have some cards. Looks like there's two decks of cards here. I think this tray goes to the bottom. I like that. I don't like when there's a massive amount of space left open below an insert. So, some different equipment cards here. So we have the Queen's Side Sword as well as a Royal Pistol. And then round and stealth cards. Tracker for something there. health tracker, I would guess, and defeat. Some loot cards, apple, cheese, cross, nothing. That's what I want to get in a game, nothing. Coin, coins, and then immediately discard this card and draw an equipment card. That's what you want to get. And then here are our player reference cards, which go through each stage of the round. And then, let's see. These are threat cards and reaction cards. So that's interesting. Dodge, off balance, Comte de Roquefort, Milady threat, Cardinal Richelieu. Lots of different things there. And then these cards have to do with unarmed melee, it looks like, and attacking in front of you. Interesting. And we'll open up this last deck of cards here. So what are your thoughts on a Four Musketeers type board game? Do you think that this one might be a little bit too complicated for its own good? I would not blame you if you thought that. So, equipment cards. Looks like we got Broadsword, Spada d'Alato, Spear, Dagger, Stiletto, Ornate Rapier, Espada Ropera. Alright, what else we got here? These look like story cards, so I probably don't want to get too deep into them. Looks like there's like setups for different things and then story details on the other side of those cards. So I don't want to spoil anything, though the story has been out for a very long time. So we got some Cardinals guards, Cardinals marksman, captain. Interesting how they work, I suppose. And then we have named enemies here: Milady de Winter, Comte de Roquefort, and Cardinal Richelieu, who's got some magic, it looks like, in that image. And I think these are just the same on both sides. So there you have it. That is Gascony's Legacy. You've been watching Is That Right Gaming's What's in the Box. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And have a great rest of your day.